Before I get into what's in the box, let's talk about what it shoots. This is a 45 ACP. Most people are familiar with it. Most people have shot it. Most 1911s are chambered in it, Glock, SIG, everything else is also chambered in it in one way or another. And this is a 460. It is over twice the length, a lot more power, a lot more velocity. You can load it into a few different configurations. You have a lightweight, fast round polymer tip for a little more expansion. I like this round, it's very accurate, but I also prefer the 300 grain hollow point. It is a massive hollow point. It's very accurate. It groups on paper very well. When you shoot steel plates with it, everyone around you knows that you just shot it. The plate rings. It will knock target stands over if you're not careful. So that's the ammo for this gun. Now you know about the ammo, let's talk about the gun a little bit. It comes in this briefcase basically. You can use it as a lunchbox if you wanted to. And it comes with an extra compensator. The reason it does that is this gun can also shoot 45 long Colt and 454 Casull. So if you want to shoot cast lead 45 long Colt, you swap out the muzzle brake to stop the leading in the other one. It's more of a funnel shape. It's got a lot more area for that lead to spread out and get through without jamming up the barrel or without jamming up the brake. That's pretty convenient. You now can shoot 3 rounds out of 1 pistol, and you can shoot cast lead. You probably could with the 460. I haven't actually done it. I don't know anyone that does, but I do know people that shoot the 45 long Colt out of it. So along with this brake, they give you the Allen wrench that you need to remove it. You're going to go ahead and out screw right in there a little bit. Hard to focus on. Right in there, there's an Allen screw. You'll go ahead and back that out. This slides straight out. This one drops straight in, and you are good to go. Smith & Wesson's little key, so you can lock it down. If anyone's ever owned one of the Smith & Wesson revolvers, I'm sure they're familiar with that. I don't know that I would use that. And if you don't like the fiber optic sight that comes with it, it does come with just the copper dot or gold dot sight that you can go ahead and swap out as well. I don't see why you'd want to. That fiber optic sight is awesome. Other than that, you get your instruction manual, and that's all you get in the box. Now, as for size, this is not a small gun. It weighs 72 ounces. That's about 4.5 pounds. In comparison, that's a 38 Special. The 38 Special isn't even as big as the barrel, so it is a massive gun. It's heavy. It is only 5 shots that you can see there, so that they could get more metal on your cylinder. One of the things I don't necessarily like about this gun is all the screws end up backing out almost every time I shoot it. I know I need to Loctite it, and it's more of like a little issue, not an actual problem. But the recoil is pretty stout on this, and it starts backing out screws after a while. I do like the sights that came with it. You get that nice fiber optic sight there. See if you can get a little closer. That nice fiber optic sight there that helps out. You're not going to be speed shooting this, so I know some people have mounted red dots on it. For me, that's not really something I need to do. I'm not constantly trying to shoot, speed shoot with it because of the recoil. However, I wouldn't mind mounting a scope on it. I know it would be very good for boar, obviously you could shoot deer with it, elk with it, bear with it. Anything in the United States is going to fall to this if you get the right round. I know it doesn't have the same power as the 500, but it does have more speed. It is, a very stout gun. The recoil, again, is nothing to laugh about. I don't normally let first-time shooters shoot it just because it will cause some bad habits. The flinch on this, I've watched people that have been shooting all day 357 Magnum and they flinch on the second shot. It does cause some problems with that. It is a very stout reload or shooter, but with that said, these grips are great. They're just soft enough to get a good grip and take some of the recoil, but they're just firm enough that you get a nice good grip on it. The 8-inch barrel is very accurate. I'm grouping very well with both factory and hand loads. I do like the fact that Hornady makes a bunch of different bullets for this. A lot of companies out there are making bullets that will work for it. It's a very fun gun. I take it almost every time to the range. I have a lot of fun with it. Usually people will come over and try and talk to me. I will let them shoot it once in a while if I have the ammo for it. I have never had anyone that shot it not walk away with a smile. It is a lot of fun. It's not very practical. It's pretty heavy. You don't really want to carry it, but it is fun. I would like to find the shorter barrel one as a carry gun. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'd like to carry it, Pacific Northwest, some of those areas. I feel like that would be a fantastic carry gun. Is it going to be heavy? Yeah, a lot heavier than most of my guns. Is it practical? Not really. But are you really going to need more than one shot? Nope. So, I don't know. When it comes down to it, it's gratuitous, it's fast, it's loud, giant flame balls. I'll put some pictures and video in the video somewhere. It's a lot of fun, but it's kind of a safe queen. It just goes to the range with me. I'm not doing anything with it yet. It's pricey, it's heavy, but God, is it fun. I love this gun. I fell in love with it. First time I shot someone else's at the range, I literally searched all of Southern Arizona until I found one in stock, went and bought it that day. And ever since then, I put about 400 to 600 rounds. I don't really know, because I haven't really counted. I just keep loading and shooting it. So again, a lot of fun. I highly recommend it if you're looking for something to light up the night and something just to have fun with. If you have smaller hands, you may have some problems with the grip, but otherwise, go get one. It's an impressive weapon. Let's talk about reloading for a second. You do use the Winchester large rifle primer because it is such a big case, and because the case is so big, you can double charge it with some powders. I've seen pictures of the aftermath of a double charge with this gun. It's not pretty. The cylinder was in multiple pieces. The gun itself was destroyed. Luckily, the guy just had some hand damage and didn't kill himself. So my go-to round normally is this one. This is the 200 grain FTX. I usually load with Blue Dot or H110. You're going to get some velocity differences between the two. Blue Dot, your max load is going to get you 2100 feet per second. But I also never load to max, so I'm down a little bit, and I usually get around 2000 feet per second. H110, your max load will get you to 2250. Again, I don't load to max, so I know I'm not getting that speed. I usually load about minimum or mid-range with this one, 2100 feet per second, 49 grains of H110. So that's out of the Hornady reloading manual. The other one I use, and the one I actually really like, except that it's more expensive and a lot more stout, is this one, this massive hollow point. It's 300 grains. It's the XTP Mag. Depending on how you're loading it up, you're going to get anywhere from about 1400 to 1600 feet per second. The 1600 feet per second loads, though, are the max loads, and it's a heavy round, so it's not really worth it. All it does is punish your wrists a little bit more to get you 50 feet per second. I'm usually loading this with 110, so out of the Hornady book, I'm usually loading it to about 36, 37 grains, just depending on what I'm doing. Again, that's kind of a mid-range to almost max load. I don't load max with this. I just don't see the reason. I start losing accuracy when I start getting that much faster. For me, most of the mid-range loads have worked the best. Again, your mileage may vary and your barrel length may make a big difference in that. For me, that's what I'm using. That's what works for me.